Hey, welcome back. This is Cal Knight, also known as 90WF on some of my games. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take a look at my server online for Minecraft. And as you notice, one thing I'd like to do here is when I have a server, I have internal connect for connecting inside my router, and then have another uh, listing for actually using my IP address. This way I can see if people are able to access my server through the actual firewall and stuff. I usually use the internal one just to make sure I have the easiest connectability, so I'm not going out onto the internet to connect my server. But I like to use like I say, I have that one there as an option to be able to see if I'm having issues with my firewall or anything like that. All right, so I'm going to start up my connection. And now, first off, let me switch over to creative mode real quick. Now, this is my working area right now. Let me head on over to the spawn. Sorry about that. That was head itch. All right, so what we have over here. This is my a little bit of far away from the spawn point, from where you first start off. The first thing I like to do when I have a server is make the spawn point safe. That way, a new person comes, they don't want to have to get blown up by a creeper the first time they show up. So what I ended up doing, first off, what I ended up doing is I made a little gazebo area, or what do you want to call it. I like to try and mark the spawn point so that you know where somebody's going to spawn when they join the server. Yeah, a little welcome sign stuff. So the first thing I wanted to do was I ended up putting the water and the lava. But then I was afraid, the creepers and stuff blow up the walls and stuff. So I ended up extending the wall again, and I put some explosive safe materials, and I extended it further out even further to add another water moat. But so that gives me a lot of protection against different monsters and stuff, and then I have gates on them to keep monsters from walking in. And that's my server house seal there. I put like a blue background with a purplish hue. Let's see here. They had colors for different directions. Gold for south, I think it is. And well, actually, whatever it is. I think that's north. Blue for like ice and stuff. Diamond's the other direction going south. Green or emerald is going west, which is the way I went to my build area. And gold for pointing east, like for sunrise. I put little clocks there too. Now, one thing I was trying to do with with this build of the server, I've had a server before, but when my computer died on me, it ended up getting deleted and stuff. But I want to try to go for like murder holes and stuff in this build, and to try to make it a little more authentic castle build. So this one, the wall is actually pretty thick, about 2 meters or so. And then I've got like I say, murder holes here for defenses and stuff. And I made a little road down here to link the spawn point to the build area. Even making a little. The server itself is a survival server, so I try not to cheat too much on it. But of course, being the builder of the server, I sometimes do. So one way I separate a creative area from the survival server as a whole, I mark it off with these like with these redstone markings and stuff. It's to kind of say that this is made with creative. Don't mess with it. And of course, there's a little ruins area. Supposedly, there's like a build there at one point and got destroyed somehow. Yeah, I know. And by the way, my favorite skin to use, a resource pack, is the Chroma Hills. It just makes things a little bit cartoony, but also a little more better quality look. It's not really choppy. Starter resources. I made a little village hut here. I ran across one of those zombies with it was an NPC villager, so to save him, I made a little building for him. And of course, this is my build area. I've got two areas for building. The survival area, which is over here with the food, animals and stuff. And to try and build up an area that's safe from monsters spawning, light and stuff, and build up a wall that's at least 2 blocks high. It'll keep out most of your other stuff. It won't keep out spiders, of course, but as a quick build, I usually use earthworks, dirt. This castle is a work in progress, but like I say, I try and go a little more historical accurate. So I put murder holes in the side with the approach where most likely to come in, so you can actually defend an area from above. And over here is my creation castle I'm in the middle of building up. Now, originally it's the walls weren't there, of course. It was mostly just that mountain area there. Then I've kind of shaped the ground a little bit down the bottom there, so I can start building up walls and stuff and observation posts and stuff. This wall, like I say, it's supposed to be well, I got my ideas from watching Shadversity on YouTube. He's always he likes his matriculations, which are those areas that are not this area per se, but matriculations actually more like over in this area, and like what I had over on the other side there. That's what they call matriculation, an area where if someone was to come up to the wall, then you have murder holes that people can throw stuff down at you or shoot at you with arrows and stuff. They call those matriculations because they're an area that's out away from the wall per se, holes and stuff. One thing I like to do when I'm trying to build, as you probably noticed when on my uh, the spawn area, I like to have an area that's one uh, material is back behind the other. In this case, I'll put like a cobblestone or something behind in the background, and build out a little bit with a stone or whatever. And I try and break up the visual a little bit with, in this case, the what you would call it, chiseled stone. Another thing I like to do is I'll put in andesite, polished andesite. Kind of breaks up the monotony of the view of what you're looking at. Like I might put some down here or something. And again, these are for defensive purposes. Keep people from shooting arrows and stuff at you, but you can still be able to see down decently. Yeah, you can't really get a good flat area there, so I have to try and do what I can with staircases. And then we have an area here where we can see down into the inside area. Then what we'll probably end up doing is I'll probably put another like wall or something up along here, or a catwalk or something, so that I can fire down at any particular monsters or invaders or whatever that might be coming in. But yeah, like I say, it's a work in progress, so it's not done yet. Um, Trying to use lava as a defensive measure. One thing I like to do with later builds and stuff is I'll make lava as like a light source, put it in the floor, or put it in the walls and stuff, so it's like dripping down. Put some glass so you don't burn yourself walking by it or whatever. This is going to be like a little stable area for a couple horses, mules, whatever. And like I say, trying to break up some of the visual. I was going to try and go with like an archway here, and have it supported by an archway without going all the way down. But things are as they are. And like I say, I try and break up the visual lines and stuff with andesite, polished andesite. Give it a little bit of support with looks like upside down staircases and stuff. And this is supposed to be a horse's roadway to come up to the side part of the bailey. Over here I made a little guest house. Did this in creative. But until somebody's can have their own build area, and have their own beds and stuff for a little while. But it's like I say, it's a work in progress. Eventually, I'm going to put a little tower or something up top here. I made a blocked off the area just above the cloud line, so have like have like a meeting hall with clouds coming through it. So I'm not quite sure just yet how I'm going to do that, but I might bring this out a little bit and put some supports columns and stuff. Who knows? But yeah, eventually, like I say, I'll probably have like a meeting hall and have maybe a tower or some up here. And I like to try and use light as much as possible as a decoration and stuff. So I like to hide my lights and torches whenever possible, just to make people go, where's the light coming from and stuff. But, like I said, add some support columns. It looks like there's a lot of overhang here that's probably got a lot of weight to it. That if it was another game, you know, you know, stuff that would, if you were playing like 7 Days to Die or something, or if you have a large area that's unsupported, it'll actually collapse in 7 Days to Die. But one of these days I'll probably do a video on that one. But here I had some water that was just pouring down here and started making a mess of stuff. So I ended up, first off, I blocked off down here and made just a little waterfall come down. But I figured, hey, it would be kind of cool if I had like a waterfall effect going on. So I pulled the water from there down here without, messing with that too much. It's just pretty much as is, coming out straight out from the wall and stuff. But yeah, that's my creative mode castle. And this one, like I say, it's still in progress, but we shall see. Oh, maybe I'll come back here. Excuse me. Come back to this later on down the line and let y'all see where I'm going with the build later on. Yeah, I usually don't have that much of a plan starting with. I'll see a rough estimate of what I want to do, but then it's just it comes out as I shape and mold the terrain and stuff, and get ideas as to how I want to do what I want to do with it. But thanks again, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.